Wow. Donnie, I gotta say, I really appreciate you bringing me to Chuck E. Cheese today. I haven't been here since the Reagan years. Look at this place. The lights, the smell of cardboard pizza, the gentle sound of malfunctioning animatronics in the walls. It's beautiful. I can't wait to jump in the ball pit and sniff all the kids. They smell like childhood and crayon dust. Bruh. If I'm already addicted to ice cream, sniffing kids is like the cherry on top. Oh wait, cakes have cherries on top. Not ice cream. Fuck, my head already hurts.
What? Joe, are you out of your prehistoric mind? We are not at Chuck E. Cheese. You are literally sitting across from me in the Oval Office. That is a $12,000 leather chair. Even though I should have put you in a crib, my mistake, folks. You're wearing fuzzy socks and holding a PS4 controller upside down. Use the keyboard, doofus. We're on the title screen of Papa's Pastaria, and you're talking about children and cheese mice. Go fucking figure.
Oval Office? Is that what they renamed the indoor play area? Man, this administration's got class. Is there still a skee-ball machine, or did that turn into the Department of Education? Oh, wait, you got rid of it so you find more uneducated hillbillies to vote for you. Classic Donnie.
I swear, if I didn't have the cholesterol of a butter sculpture, I'd be on the floor right now from a full-blown heart attack, and I swear to God, I would go to heaven before I even try to tell you what's going on. But fine. We're not in a ball pit, Joe. There are no kids, no tokens, no horrifying animatronic rats. You're staring at a cardboard cutout chef holding spaghetti so you don't forget what you're doing. I had JD do it since he sucks. The only pizza here is metaphorical.
Oh, we're playing Papa's Pastaria. Yeah, I love that game. Irish food is my favorite. When I was a little boy growing up in Italy, my grandma used to say, never trust a noodle unless it sings. That's the Rick roll of the early 20th century. Very addicting and easy to remember.
Joe, first of all, that's not Irish food. That's Italian. Are you trying to get us canceled, dumbass? Papa's Pastaria is Italian. You're not Italian. You're not from Italy. You're 10,000 years old. You're from Delaware. And your diet consists entirely of ice cream, sprinkles, and whatever Kamala lets you sneak behind the vending machine at your Ames store.
Now hold on. I am Irish. At least 7%, might be 14%. Could be 62, it depends on the website. But I definitely remember a summer in Sicily where I got stuck in a ravioli. True story, I had to go out trick-or-treating in that thing, and all of the Italian grandmas tried to marry me.
You were never in Sicily. That was probably just you getting lost in the walk-in freezer again after watching Ratatouille. You need to stop watching Pixar before bed. It's rotting what's left of your memory.
No, I remember it clear as day. There was a talking chef hat, and a guy named Alfredo who said I reminded him of his pet goat. Great guy, very soft hands.
Quiet. Before we ruin someone's lunch and dignity with overcooked penne, let's talk about the backstory in this cursed game. So the guy's trying to attend a wedding, right? Can't find a hotel. Apparently every single inn, Airbnb, and broom closet in town was booked out. How sad. But what does this genius do instead of giving up like a normal person? He books an entire Italian restaurant months in advance so he can be in the city anyway. That's either dedication or deep mental illness. Not as bad as Biden's, however. And honestly, I respect both.
That reminds me of this fella from way back, Sir Jonathan McCream, total legend. He once walked barefoot across the Atlantic in a wetsuit made of vanilla to attend my royal wedding to a sentient waffle cone. That was back in the good old days, about 500 years ago, when I was crowned King of Ireland for inventing tennis and bribing the Queen with Neapolitan ice cream. I had a crown made of sprinkles and a scepter made of sugar cubes. It was magical.
Stop it.
First of all, I don't know whether to commit you or congratulate you for telling the most unhinged, fake story in all of American history. Second, you were never king of anything except maybe of the goddamn lost and confused. You didn't invent tennis. You once asked if a net was the spaghetti catcher. And that wedding? You probably hallucinated it after sticking your head in a Dairy Queen soft serve machine for the 10,000th time. Buddy, just stop talking.
You weren't there, man. You don't know what it was like. The fanfare, the flavors, the emotional vows to the cone brings a tear to my eye.
NANI?!
Oh, for the love of lasagna, who just joined? Who gave you my location? How are you people in the Oval Office? There's Secret Service standing 5 feet from me. JD, what the fuck happened?
Hey, that's Maki. I remember her, Kaito's fiance. Haven't seen her since the great fireworks incident of 2023. Still angry? Or just naturally intimidating?
Hold up. You remembered that? Biden, are you feeling okay? I didn't think you'd recognize me unless I slapped you with a wet towel. You met me the other day too, but let's not talk about that, okay?
No, seriously, who let the anime teenagers crash our call? What is this, a crossover episode with Detention Hall?
I beg your pardon? Teenagers? I'm 25, you fossil. I've buried people for less than that comparison.
Bruh.
Excuse you, I'm 32 going on 33. I pay taxes, I own property, and I've had to file a W-2. I've lost more money in the stock market than you've spent on spray tan.
We do not care.
You may be grown, but you still sound like you're one argument away from pulling out katanas over philosophy.
Only when necessary. Today might be one of those days.
Wait, what happened to Kaito? Is he grounded again for trying to use a microwave to cook a Minecraft bee? Or Steve's hot lava chicken jockey?
No, worse. His grandparents lost it after he blew up a pressure cooker and sent him to Baldy's schoolhouse. They said, his math's embarrassing. And I agreed, until I remembered I watched Kamala try to calculate a tip using a ruler and a bottle of whiteout at Ames.
Not Baldy's schoolhouse. Kamala sent me there once because I kept saying 9 times 6 was 72. She said I needed a wake-up call. I told her she couldn't even work a calculator without calling IT. She sent me anyway. That ruler, I still feel it stinging my fat ass. Not even Hunter's stash can help me. I'd rather watch the live-action Snow White movie on a 24-hour loop with the volume maxed and the screen brightness turned all the way up than go back to that cursed educational hellscape.
Ha, this is gold. You got detention from a virtual math teacher with Michael Jackson lips. Biden, you're the only guy who failed flashcards on normal mode.
You think that's tragic? I put all my crypto into Dogecoin. Every last yen. I don't even own a chair anymore. Just a pile of shredded Elon posters and a paper wallet filled with regret.
This video call is officially cursed. We've got Biden mourning waffle cone marriages, Byakuya crying over dog money, and Maki looking like she's 5 seconds away from assassinating us all with a meatball skewer. Yes, I know about your dirty secret. Oh my God. What even was that, Joe? Did you even look at the plate before sending it out? It looked like an oil spill inside a noodle crime scene. The spaghetti was overstirred to the point it turned into a floury noodle soup. And you poured the Alfredo sauce like you were trying to drown a rodent, or for God's sake, Nancy Pelosi. The customer literally looked like she was trying to remember her health insurance login when she saw it. You just traumatized a Flash game NPC.
Hey, come on, man, cut me some slack. I got a little distracted, okay? I was just thinking about that Dottie concert last week, you know? They opened with It's Not Over, and it really hit me right in the soul. I started thinking about all my regrets and, you know, memories of Kamala yelling at me for eating peanut butter with my hands. Real emotional stuff. I got lost in the sauce, man. Wait, did I even pronounce the band's name right? I don't know anymore.
Joe. Josephine. Let me just process this. You butchered your first order in Papa's Pastaria, ruined a paying customer's entire week, and you're telling me it's because you were spiritually possessed by Doherty? What decade are you even living in? Doherty? Seriously? Next thing you're gonna tell me you cried to Nickelback and accidentally grilled the lasagna. Nickelback can suck my dick. When I annex Canada, they are all getting deported on day one. Maybe the penguins in Madagascar can tolerate them for a day or two. Man, that's a tremendous idea right there.
Actually, that checks out. I received a formal intelligence memo from Obama this morning. Here, I'll read it directly. Biden's brain, due to extensive post office doom scrolling, has begun to develop a severe form of TikTok-induced neural lag. If he begins to quote early 2000s bands, attempts to duet with an air fryer, or sings over cutscenes, do not panic. His cognitive backup is attempting to reboot. Proceed with extreme patience and alert the babysitters.
Hold up. Obama hired you to babysit Joe? That's hilarious, because Miyu hired me to keep Donald under control. Said he's officially on a diet. He's now limited to 10 Big Macs per hour instead of 12.
Stop it.
That's right. 10. Only 10. Every 60 minutes. I'm tracking him using 5 food delivery apps, and he's still managing to sneak fries under his desk. Next up is his Diet Coke addiction, which is a whole nother story.
10 Big Macs an hour is still enough to shut down the digestive system of a small village, and you're telling me you gotta sign Trump? Meanwhile, I'm stuck trying to keep Biden from asking Siri how to butter spaghetti with spiritual intent. I called John Taffer last week for help, and he laughed for 10 seconds straight before telling me to let it burn.
I called Bob the Builder. You know what he said? He sighed, tossed his helmet in the trash, and whispered, "I can't fix this." That was the moment I realized this job was a kamikaze mission.
And while you two were swapping tales of professional despair, I just witnessed Biden mix his breadstick sauce with orange soda and serve it like it was some 5-star delicacy from Naples. The only thing Italian about that dish was the sound I made choking on my rage. And this is in real life. He is losing it. He's literally sitting his naked ass on my nuclear button.
You're looking at it all wrong. That's fusion cuisine. Italian meets American nostalgia. I call it creamsicle carbonara. You gotta pair innovation with nostalgia. That's what 21 Sorry Doherty taught me. Did I pronounce it right that time, folks? Repeat the line. Did I pronounce it right?
If he sings home one more time while stirring noodles with a spoon he probably found on the floor, I swear to Atua and all of the gods that have ever existed, I'm gonna replace him with Kaido and his flip phone. Baldy won't fuck with me. I stand by my word.
And don't think I didn't notice him trying to bribe the one customer with a mixtape of his best coughs recorded on an 8-track. I'm convinced his brain's running on potato power. This was when we played before, but he deleted the footage because he simped for the Olsen twins a bit too much. Howard Stern over here still thinks they're 12.
Listen, at least I delivered the order. Unlike Donnie over here, who spent the last 5 minutes adjusting the brightness settings because the pasta didn't look orange enough. Look at your face first, Jack. That's a big joke right there, folks.
Quiet, quiet. That was color correction, Joe. You wouldn't understand aesthetics if I served them on a plate with a side of executive orders.
Can we all agree that we are no longer supervising a cooking sim? We are babysitting a psychological art project masquerading as food service.
Agreed. I'm charging triple overtime for this. Screw Miyu.
And I'm charging Biden for emotional damages. This is worse than Mar-a-Lago's seafood night.
I'm just glad no one's allergic to Doherty nostalgia and expired garlic knots. That's all I'm saying. And that time I pronounce it right, and if I didn't, J.D. Vance is working my teleprompter so, and I just peed my pants. Hey, wait a minute. Why did you put that on the teleprompter, JB?
Bruh.
Failure! Failure! You're still a failure! Failure! I can smell the failure! Failure!
Oh my God! I have seen disasters, Joe. I've seen campaign ads go wrong. I've seen Big Macs get dropped. I've even seen Rudy Giuliani's hair dye leak on live television. But nothing could have prepared me for what you just served that poor man. You flooded the macaroni like you were reenacting Hurricane Katrina in a pasta bowl. You didn't even give the water a chance to drip. You just dumped it like your brain dumps logic every time you touch a controller. Why are you like this? My brain is actually melting. You've done it, my guy. Brilliant. You're just fucking brilliant. I'm about to weep.
All right. Take it easy, man. I was caught up in a memory, all right? I was thinking about the Doherty concert I went to last week. They played No Surprise, and I wept, Dawn. I wept.
I don't give a damn.
And you forgot the mushrooms. Again. The order said mushrooms in bold. You left them off like it was a test you didn't study for. And the customer, Robbie, was counting on them. Do you even care?
We do not care.
You ruined pasta because of Doherty. This isn't therapy, Joe. This is a pasta simulator. People are watching. Fuck.
Listen, hold on. I didn't forget. I just didn't add them because I got scared, okay? Mushrooms make people big in Super Mario. I didn't want Robbie hulking out and throwing barrels across the restaurant. He's dressed like a pirate, Maki. A pirate. I fought Captain Hook back in the day, all right, on the seven seas. With this arthritis, I'm lucky if I can swing my legs out of bed.
That's it. That's it. I'm pulling out the emergency instructions. If Biden becomes delusional, resistant to logic, or starts talking about pirate duels again, refer to Miyu's guide to silencing old men without committing a felony. Unlike Donald over here, but apparently the rest of us are big pussies and aren't talking about that.
Shut up! Silly woman.
Is that a band? Sounds edgy. I think I saw them play with Green Day and Cornbread Horror back in '78.
He's thinking of 9 Inch Nails, Joe. You're off the reservation again.
No. I was thinking of Steve's Hot Lava Chicken again. From the Minecraft movie, the one where the chicken bursts into flames and comes back as a skeleton in roller skates.
Stop the cap.
Totally happened. We should get one of those for your 79th birthday.
I'm not having Steve's Hot Lava Chicken for my birthday, Sleepy Joe. And I'm not turning 79. I'm turning 40 with experience. I'm big-boned, Joe. Strong. Rugged. If I wasn't here hosting a pasta breakdown, I'd be modeling for cologne ads.
You look 40, like expired yogurt. Looks like creme brulee. You are a dehydrated cantaloupe with a bad attitude and too much spray tan. If you fell asleep outside, someone would mistake you for patio furniture. You look like what a balloon animal sees in its nightmares, shut up peasant. You're not worth my time.
You think that's funny, Four Eyes? I'll have you know I once got mistaken for a young Tom Cruise. True story.
Yeah? By who? Stevie Wonder? Look, I was promised a raise and a PTO bonus if I made you cry on camera. So I'm not even trying yet, and you're halfway to pouting.
Can we just acknowledge the fact that both of you are physically incapable of delivering pasta correctly and emotionally incapable of being normal? This is not supervision. This is psychological warfare.
You don't get it, Maki. I have to clean up this culinary mess while keeping Joe from seasoning orders with sprinkles and therapy sessions.
I just wanted to make Robbie smile. Is that so wrong? Maybe I'll give him a lava chicken, too. Chickens make everything better.
Obama is definitely giving me that raise. There's no way I don't earn it after surviving this circus of suffering.
If I survive this without snapping, I'm taking over the entire McDonald's empire. Mark my words.
Mark them on Biden's next order ticket. It'll be blank anyway.
Someone get me a pirate hat and a bucket of elbow noodles. I'm not going to give this shit up.
Okay. I'm dead serious. If I have to watch Biden incinerate one more bowl of pasta like it's a fire hazard from hell, I'm going to pull out my hair strand by strand and start mailing it to my political enemies as a warning, because that's what is about to happen. That sauce is waiting to blacken, Joe. The flames are practically about to start speaking in Latin any minute now. And I know this customer is a closer. That smug, pixelated face, the fancy hat, the big tip potential, they're a closer. And you hate closers. I can see it in your frazzled ice cream drunk eyes.
You're goddamn right I hate them. Every single one of them. They waltz in like it's a 5-star steakhouse, 10 minutes before closing, dropping their big boy orders like they own the place. I'd like the full 4-course with extra Parmesan and a side of emotional baggage. These people have gawed on. And tonight, I'm giving this guy 10,000 mushrooms. He's going to mutate into a mushroom Godzilla and get nuked by the United Pasta Nations. I hope his plate radiates so hard he becomes a side quest in a Fallout game.
Jesus Christ. Joe, he asked for mild sauce and a few mushrooms. You're treating it like he personally insulted the Irish half of your imaginary Italian backstory.
I'm passionate, okay? Maybe too passionate. Maybe it's because I know deep down I can't even eat spaghetti without scissors. I'm not kidding. Every time it's pasta night, Jill brings out the kitchen scissors like it's arts and crafts hour. I try to twirl it and it just turns into a flower noose around the fork. I've suffered, Don. Deep, embarrassing carbohydrate shame.
Oh my God. That's it. That's it. I'm calling my doctor. I don't care what time it is. I need a stress test and an exorcism. I am not going to make it another 24 hours with this lunatic narrating his noodle trauma while burning Alfredo sauce like he's casting a spell.
You think you're on the edge? I would give anything right now to be back in Kaido's arms. I'm sorry I let his grandpa whoop him with a belt over that spark plug ramen incident. I'm sorry I let him get taken to Baldy's schoolhouse like it was some kind of math-themed boot camp. I should have fought back. I should have grabbed that dusty textbook and screamed, "Not today!" But I didn't. And now he's probably being smacked with equations while crying in cursive.
This whole operation is a sinking ship coated in garlic butter. Biden, you are the Titanic. But instead of an iceberg, you hit your own reflection in a spoon and kept going anyway. Every sentence you say sets us back intellectually by 10 years.
Man, that really hurts, Jack. You've injured my heart, my soul, and possibly my pancreas. I'm calling Saul Goodman. He handles cases of emotional abuse involving posture and dignity. He'll sue you in 4 states at once. And 2 of them haven't even been admitted into the union yet.
Try it. I already blocked his number. I told him if he calls me again, I'll send him a cease and desist written in pure Latin.
You're lucky I'm president, Byakuya. Because if Joe was still in office, you'd be rotting in Guantanamo for saying that. Homeland Security would have kicked down your door mid-sentence.
Hey, I'm not a tyrant. I'm just sensitive. I have fragile spaghetti-based emotions. It's hard living with this kind of culinary trauma.
We're all suffering, Joe. But some of us aren't trying to start World War III by giving a digital pirate a mushroom overdose.
I swear, if he ruins one more order, I'm going to legally declare this kitchen a disaster zone and start handing out FEMA supplies.
FEMA can't fix this, Don. Only divine intervention or a system shutdown can.
All I want is peace. Peace, love, and lava chickens. Maybe some scissors for my noodles, and someone to hold my hand when I mess up the garlic bread.
I'm moving into an Olive Garden. I'm done. At least there the breadsticks won't try to unionize against me.
Put me in your carry-on. I'll bring the coupons.
Let's all agree, this was never about pasta. It was about survival. And so far, Joe's winning by accident, in his dreams.
Which somehow makes it worse.
I can't do it. This is a bunch of actual malarkey, idiocy, and sadness. I simply cannot sit through a third in-game moment of Biden humiliating himself with kitchen decisions so baffling they could be studied by culinary anthropologists. My limit has been reached. Watching this man cook is like watching a raccoon operate a Tesla. It's impressive, but also deeply terrifying. The last order he made looked like he confused marinara for motor oil. It's imperative we keep this old geezer away from any form of technology before he loses his marbles for the 10th time today.
Bruh.
Hey, pipe down, rich boy. I'm in the middle of something important. I'm doom scrolling TikTok, okay? They finally posted the chicken jockey scene from the Minecraft movie. Classic. Oh wait, that was a week ago. Oops. But look at this. Someone brought an actual chicken to the theater. Sat right there next to their kid like it was a support bird. It even wore little boots. Pure cinema. They wore creeper masks and rode each other better than Monica rides Bill. I'm jealous.
All right, that's it. I'm out. I'm going back to McDonald's before my brain melts out of my ears and I start speaking in tongues. If I don't get a McFlurry in the next 10 minutes, I'll start swinging at walls.
Wait for me. I'm coming with you. Not because I want to, trust me, but because if I stay here one more second, Mew will invent a Kaido-shaped stress therapy dummy that punches me every time someone says Big Mac. And I'm not emotionally prepared for that.
All right, folks, it's time to wrap it up. We had a good run today. We stirred some noodles, destroyed some orders, created a mushroom Godzilla, almost declared war on Italy, and brought shame to every culinary school in the Western Hemisphere. Classic day with the boys. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell like it owes you money. And remember, if you can't twirl spaghetti, just bring scissors. God bless and good night.
And for the love of all things rational, keep this man out of the kitchen, or at least away from the mushrooms.
Next time, I'm bringing earplugs, a taser, and a printed resignation letter, just in case.